Big game coming up, isn't it, on Sunday? A new derby, no Tyne-Wear derby this year, a Wear tees one. You're looking forward to trying your hand in a new one?
Yeah, it's a new derby that I never played before, and maybe, well, probably it's not the same as against Newcastle, but for us player it will be just as much important because it's still a derby and it's the second game of the season, first at home, so it's loads of motivation, and to play a new derby after the old one I played is great.
I think it was just around this spot where you scored against Newcastle, a bit further right maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more there. Yeah.
Talk us through.
It's gone, I think Josie Altido missed a control and I picked the ball up. I think I just took a touch, and more or less from there I just shot the top right corner and ran crazy over the other corner flag, and it was a great feeling. First goal here, and I still remember and watch videos of it.
How do you feel when you think back to it? I mean, do you remember what happened afterwards? Like you said, it was in the corner, it was absolute chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember the fans came on the pitch. I remember Dosena punched me in the head from behind in case he came running from far. It was great. I had people in the stands as well watching, and it was good because you could feel it was the first win as well, I think, of that season. So it was special.
Fabio, taking a seat now. We don't want to get you injured in the weekend and give you a nice little bit of a rest. Looking back at the start of your career, what are the things that appealed to you most about derbies? You must have had memories as a kid watching football in Italy. What do you remember from those times?
Well, when you play derbies, always great emotions, great feeling. Is something that you put or the best performance or the most confused performance, because there's so many things going on in the same time, and there's so much tension and not enemies, but like you can feel you can feel the battle between the cities or the fans, and even on the pitch you can feel it. You don't want to obviously let anyone down by losing the battle on the pitch, which is what they live for, and it's great when you can give them the satisfaction of even joking about for a year long, a season long, because you won the derby for them. It is great.
They've had plenty to joke about, I think, the Sunderland fans in the last few years. Do you think the fact that we have been so successful in previous derbies will help us this weekend? It must give us confidence knowing that we've been there before and we've got results before.
Yeah, especially because it's the Premier League is different. It's different kind of intensity. It's different kind of spotlight on these games. They're the big games, and we know how to deal with the pressure of a derby, and we can do it on Sunday, no problem. And obviously for them it will be a little bit different because it will be new. It will be a new thing for them.
They want to make an impact though, won't they? They want to show why they're in the Premier League. I guess we have to combat that momentum as well as the momentum of them picking a point up on the opening day.
Yeah, of course, because they have everything to show, nothing to lose. They just came up after a great season for them, and they're going to try to do the same like Bournemouth last year and the team that came up last year.
You can go back and pick one derby goal. You've obviously scored for Roma, scored a couple of times for Sunderland. What goal would it be? It doesn't have to be the quality, it doesn't have to be necessarily the furthest out, but which one sticks out for you? And maybe when you sit back and look at your career after it ends, which one do you think will be the favourite?
I will pick maybe two favourites, because it meant different things in different times of my career, and I'll pick the one I scored against Lazio, because it meant a lot for me, because it was that derby is the war, like it's a crazy derby. You feel battles everywhere, and it kind of led me to consecutive runs of goals, and it led me to the Euros 2012. That it was the first call up with the national team, so it led to many positive things, and I was young. And the other one at the same level as that one is the one I scored here against Newcastle, because of the hard season I had before with the injury, and came in here. I wasn't really impressing so much because at the beginning it wasn't that easy. Then I came on and scored a good goal and decisive for the win, and it kind of kicked again another positive stroll of performances and a good season, and it was good.
If there's one thing you could build on from last season, would it be to score more goals this time around? You obviously scored, I think, 10 during your first season here. You've come back, played in a wider position, but is that something you'd like to add to your game this season, a few more goals?
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot more goals, hopefully. Well, I'm born like a striker, so I live for the goals, to score goals. Obviously, when you play for a team like us, Sunderland, when we started last season, when I came in a really bad situation with only 3 points in 8 games, is difficult. You kind of need to put yourself and the shift in for the team. Doesn't really matter the personal achievement, because it's more important the collective to staying up, and that's what I did last season. Rather than think about myself and scoring more goals, hopefully we start in a different way, which seems like with the performance we put out in Man City, and start Sunday again.
You obviously said, from what you've said, goals have been the catalyst, not only for you to kick on and have good seasons, but derby goals I should say, but also for the team. Hopefully on Sunday you get a goal, we get a win, and we move on from there.
Yeah, that's a perfect day and the perfect end of a perfect week.